Very good evening to everybody. So we are going to start something very interesting. Like already I've given you something called active and passive. That is part three. Already I've given you a part one series where I have explained you the various nuances of uses of active to passive, right? And others. Yesterday also we did launch some things about active and passive. Today is the third day that we are going to focus more on this active and passive. And today class is going to be absolutely mind blowing because I'm going to give you the practical approach. You can check it out. Something is there, something called practical approach, right? So really, I'm going to tell you something about the practical approach. Actually, what are the situation? It's not the way exactly we are looking for. We are looking for something else where we can use it in our day-to-day life. What is spoken English? Spoken English nothing but the spontaneous overflow of your thoughts process, or you can say emotion, right? So it is not about the way exactly we're looking for. Like, if you'll ask me, you might have gone through that in your school or college days, but the approach I'm going to give you is completely different. The one you have already learned, right? So today I'm going to give you something called the practical approach. For last 2 days, I was explaining you know how to use it because uses was more important. But today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you something very interesting. What are the practical things? It's more about uses. It's not about learning something and simply forgetting it. But that's not the case. Why it is important? Try to understand my point, my friends. Remember, I have given you so many structures. I've given you simple present. I've given you past simple. I'll give present progressive, present perfect. Then would have, should have, could have. A lot of things I've given you, right? So it is more important that you should understand that whatever the things I've given you, it was in the, I mean, a different format. It was in the active format. So we have to convert everything in the passive, right? We have to convert everything into passive. So if I'm not able to convert to passive, then no way of using that. That's why it is my sincere and polite request to everybody, mute it whenever we are trying to have, leading the session. And once I'll give you time, right? So today we are going to learn something called the practical approach, to learn spoken English. I mean, the part three, that is called active to passive. It's very important, my friends. So that's why what I'm going to give you today, we are learning something called active versus passive, and this is something called part three. And it's quite interesting because this is going to give you a lot of things. Today's class is going to give you a lot of things, right? So as far as the question is concerned, okay, what exactly we are going to do, and more about that. So today I'm going to learn, we are going to learn something called active to passive, a practical approach, right? So my friends, already I've given you the introduction. Two classes I have already devoted, and today the third day, and we are going for something else. Like, no, we have to progress a little bit. So whenever I say active to passive, whenever I say active to passive, right? It is something called, we are learning as a part three series. Okay, this is called the part three. Today, whatever the structures I have already explained it, whatever the structures, I have already explained it, it was in the active form. Nothing was in the passive form, right? So how to convert it? How to convert, from active to passive? I've already explained you. Like whenever you're focusing on subject, you have to give focus on active voice. Whenever you're focusing more on the, I mean, the action part, it's more about the action, nothing else. You are not targeting the subject. With the subject, you are least further, right? So start from simple present. What are the situation? Simple present. And let me tell you, my friends, whenever I say simple present, what are the, let's apply SBL technique. Already I have informed you what is called SBL technique, that is situation based learning. What are the situation we can use simple present? One is called something called habit. I request everybody to mute their mic because it's a problem. Otherwise, the recording cannot go the right way. So whenever you are attending the class, it's my sincere request, please mute it. And if you ask me, you can directly ask rather than you can unmute and ask me question. Okay, I think Devashish, could you please mute it? Devashish, mute kar dijiye, please. Okay. So what I'm going to do, my friends, here, whenever you're trying to learn something called active to passive, this is called the part 3, and this is called simple present. We are starting from simple present. And believe my friends, I have already given you simple present. We're starting from here. Simple present, I've given the situation where you can use. One is called habit, other is called custom, and the third one is called hobby. Okay. The second one is called universal truth. The third one is called, what is that? That is something called scientific truth. And the fourth one, my dear friends, it is something called official declaration. Right? These are the four things where you can use active. You are using active. I always go to habit. I always go to school at 10 o'clock. I wake up at 7 o'clock, right? So these are the things you have been using. Custom, we celebrate Holi, like that. Hobby, it is my hobby to, hobby means that you do in your free time, right? You can say I read newspaper in my free time. That's a daily affair. You have so many hobbies, like, you're watching, suppose you're listening to music, watching television, going outside for playing. So these are called your hobbies. What is universal truth that is accepted everywhere? You can say the sun rises in the east. Everybody is going to tell you, my friend, the sun rises in the east. It is never rises in the west, right? And the scientific truth, that is science already proved it. If you just put a stone upward, it comes downward. Why it will come? Because there is something called acceleration due to gravity or gravitational force, and gravitational force attracts everything towards gravity, towards the center, right? So that's why whenever you throw a stone upward, it comes downward. So that is called an example of scientific truth. And official declaration, already knew. Whenever something called official, what is official declaration, my friends? Whenever it's an official declaration, it is something that you do by the government. That means you hear from the government side, that you don't do, it is from the government side. Suppose the prime minister comes to Bhubaneswar tomorrow. Obviously, if the prime minister, for your sake, you can say, suppose I'm going to Leighton Shar's house, and Leighton Shar is coming to my house. It is very personal thing, nothing, right? It is completely non-official. Suppose exam is a bulletin that is, that it is being affected by everybody. All the students can appear, and it's an official declaration. The government will tell the matriculation exam starts from tomorrow, like that. Or the prime minister comes to Bhubaneswar tomorrow. So this is something called official declaration. Remember, right now these are the four situations I have given you, and already I have given you the active structure. Whatever the things I have given you, the active structure. For these things, I have already given you the active structure, how to express it. It's going to be very interesting, my friends. Just pay utmost attention to it. All I can say. because we are learning something from the practical approach. It's something called very practical. You are not going to do whatever you have written in the book. Let me tell you a little bit in Oriya. Apun mane aguru jo padhithile, I was eating a mango. One mango is eaten by me. I am riding a bicycle. A bicycle is ridden by me. Nothing. It's not going to help you out. That is something called, to getting mark, but it's not going to help you in your conversation. There's a difference between that something will help you in the conversation, and there is something called, it will help you in the conversation, and there is something called, like whenever I say it is going to, secure mark. Whenever I say you are secure mark, you want to secure mark. So that is something called, that the book way. That is called bookish way. But here I'm going to give you the practical way you can speak this beautiful language. You have to speak it out. Nothing else. You have to speak it out in different situations. That's more important, my friends, right? So these are the things I've already informed you. If you remember clearly, you can say that habit, custom, hobby, universal truth, scientific truth, and official declaration. These are the situation where you can use like simple present form. And what is the structure? Structure is called subject and V1. Already informed. Okay, something called subject plus V1. Right? This is something called subject and V1, and this is the things I have already explained you. So what is more important, my friends? Check it out. So whenever I say, I request everybody please mute it, but still some unmute voice is coming. It's quite difficult. Please mute it. At least whenever you are in the session, I request everybody to mute it. And if you want to speak something, unmute and speak. That's all. Otherwise, what will happen? No, whatever I'm going to record, your voice will come out. It's not good. Suppose you have a private conversation with your husband, or a wife is having a conversation with you. It's not good. No. This is something being published in the YouTube channel or in the things. So better whenever you are having, just mute it. And if you want to speak something, unmute and speak. Sir, I could not understand this one. Or please explain. I don't have any problems. See, guys, if you're asking me 100 questions, I'm ready to answer that. Right? And this particular topic is going to affect 100% as far as the conversation in English is concerned. So that's why I'm very much interested. I'm very much eager to impart this kind of training. So whenever I'm giving the training for your betterment, for your sake only, I request everybody to mute it at least. It's my request. I'm not demanding or I'm not ordering you. I'm just like your friends. Okay. So it's my request only. Please mute it. And if you want to speak, you can speak. I don't have any problems. I always welcome any kind of queries, any kind of, all I can say, like, some doubts, like, you have doubt, you don't understand. Ask me immediately. But don't unnecessarily unmute and, just like, some private conversation to come out, it's not good also. Okay, fine. Now coming back to our things, this is something called simple present, habit, custom, hobby, universal truth, scientific truth, official declaration, and this is the structure. This is what is the structure? I've already, my friends, structure is something called subject and V1. Subject and V1 is called structure, right? And this is the structure, as this active structure is that subject plus V1. Like you can say, or I'm going to write it here, something called subject plus V1, right? So this is the things. Anybody want to ask anything? Anybody? Still some sound is coming out. I request everybody to mute it at least. Okay. So this is something active structure, how to express it, that is subject plus V1. But right now tell me, suppose I'm going to say I woke up at 6 o'clock. Okay, what is the definition of active? I want to identify the person. I woke up. Why should not I identify? Whatever I'm doing every day, whatever I do every day, that is called a habit. I woke up at 6 o'clock. I take breakfast. I take a shower at 7 o'clock. Then I come to my office. I do all the official work. Then I put mails. Then I call a lot of things, and then I talk to my people. So these are the things that you do every day. Suppose you're a teacher, you wake up at 6 o'clock, you give tuition to your students, then you go to school, then you did all the work there and then come back. So that is a regular thing. Suppose a lot of people are, or you can say that you are absolutely in a, all I can say, like, you are working in a school. So as a teacher, you are going to school every day on time. So that is called your habit. You are a soldier. You are always guarding the nation. So that is your habit. So habit is something that you do every day. So what is the need of using passive here? No need. If you want to use it passive, there is absolutely no need for that. So don't use passive. It's just like, I can say, suppose you say, like, if I say, I eat mango, I always take a glass of water in the morning. Suppose it's my habit. Let me be very honest. I always take a glass of warm water when I woke up. I know you some have, it's a good habit also to decongest our body. Suppose whenever I woke up after, washing my face, what I did, like, I take a glass of warm water. So what is the need? A glass of warm water is taken by me. Why should I write that? So no need of taking. So whenever you say habit, in habit, you are not going for the, the active to passive. Custom. Custom means you can find it out. Custom means that is a customary. It is customary. Customary means a lot of time you can say, my sister is getting married. Like on the other day, somebody asked me, Pratik asked me, sir, why it is getting married? Why it is getting married? Yes, because we always express all the custom in passive. So in the passive, you can, in the custom can be expressed. So out of habit, custom and hobby, you can express custom in the passive form. Whatever the tick mark I'm going, you can use it. Universal truth, the sun rises in the east. No need of anything. It's okay. The sun rises in the east, it sets in the west. This is called a universal truth, right? So no need of from active to passive. So we are not going for that. Scientific truth, nothing, almost nothing is there. Like if you say the oil floats on water, can I say the oil is being floated on water or is floated on water? So not exactly, right? So I can say that this Newton law or the law of gravity was discovered by, Newtons. Yeah, to some extent you can use this one also. What is called passive? Okay, the tick mark is always passive. You can use, okay, and official declaration. Official declaration is sometimes is done in the form of, passive. So there are only three situations. The first situation is custom, very important. The second situation is scientific truth, and the third situation, official declaration. These are the three structures we can use active to passive. That means it can be expressed. I have given you the active form already. I have already taught you whenever I have already, gone through that, the fundamental class. It is there, video is there. If you need any clarification, you can personally call me, because I have taken almost 7 to 8 fundamental classes on simple present, present progressive, present perfect progressive, past simple, past progressive, like that, and shall will form, future time, everything. All things are there in the, video in the library sections. If you want to go through that, you can go through that. If you have any doubt, please call me personally. I'm ready to answer your queries. Right now, what I can, you can say that here, habit, custom, hobby, universal truth, scientific truth, and official declaration. Out of these 4 things that we have, that comes under simple present. Remember, my friends, custom can be expressed in passive. Scientific truth can be expressed in passive, and official declaration can be expressed in passive. So let me give you some examples, then you can easily understand. So let me give you the first example. Custom. You can say, like, no, people celebrate, because it's people's festival. People celebrate Ganesh Puja. You can say Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm everywhere. It's celebrated, called passive. So custom means Ganesh Puja Ganesh, or you can say Independence Day, anything that is celebrated. Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm in Mumbai. Here, look, this is a passive form. Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm in Mumbai. Mumbai, perhaps throughout India, in Mumbai itself, the Ganesh Puja is celebrated with that much of religious fervor and gaiety. That's, you can find it out. All the celebrities, like you can see all the film fraternity, all from the cricketing worlds, you can find it. A lot of people are doing performing pujas there, right? So you can say that Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm in Mumbai. So this is called custom. This is an example. I'll explain you. Don't worry. This is something called custom. And let me tell you scientific truth. Scientific truth. What is scientific truth? You can say, like, the gravitational force attract everything towards the center. The same things you can express in passive. You can say all the objects are attracted towards gravity or towards the center of the earth. Right? So this is an example of scientific truth. And official declaration, you already know, but still let me give you an example. Suppose it is Sunday today. Suppose I say it is Sunday today. All banks are closed, or all schools are closed. So what you can understand, my friends, it is Sunday today. It's Sunday. যদি ভাবন্তু আজি রবিবার তাহলে সব স্কুল বন্ধ ଅଛି বন্ধ কিଏ କରିଛି you are not going for the government side, the principal, all the principal of the schools have closed the school. Are you going to tell like that? No, all schools are closed. I've already given you r plus b3 is plus b3 in simple present, and by clause is taken out. You cannot use by. Already given a lot of examples. So what you can understand, remember, custom, scientific truth, and official declaration. This is an official declaration. All schools are closed on Sundays, right? Or you can say our exam is started from tomorrow. It started. Our exam is started from tomorrow. Suppose the exam or is conducted from tomorrow. So what I can say, our exam is started. So it is a passive and in the simple present. Why simple present? Now because it's official declaration. So remember, in custom, scientific truth, and official declaration, these are the things virtually you can speak passive. It's all about speaking. Let me give an example. Suppose what is the, let me paraphrase once more. आपण कहले सर आउ थरे बुझेई जंतु मो प्रथम रु कहूची whatever the things is there, it is going to help. I request everybody to be, to listen carefully, the first things. I'm starting for the active. Active हमें कोठी व्यवहार करिबा ना जोठी हमें से लोकटा को आइडेंटिफाई करिया पय चाहू लोक माने के सब्जेक्ट. Suppose my friend has broken a chair. I am going to office. Okay, they are playing football. My child is crying there. So my child is talking to somebody. My father is has gone to market. So it is subject. It is my father, my child, I am. So it is I, my father, empty subject. So it is subject to identify kariya pai chahunti. We are giving least importance to the action part, right? But whenever it is about passive mane kon heichi mu apanku koithili, it is more about giving importance to द एक्शन पार्ट एटे हमें लॉट ऑफ एग्जांपल आई हैव गिवन यू एटे कोन हेछि ना हमें सब्जेक्ट को हमें एते इंपोर्टेंस दो नाहंती we don't give that much of importance to subject we are very much interested for the action part we are more concerned about the action part हमें action ऊपर बेसी फोकस करछंती why you are action ऊपर फोकस करछंती दीटा रीजन अछि either we don't know who is the subject से लोकोटा किए करी कि हमें जानि परनांती for example I can say the I mean the road is closed the road has been closed ए रोड टा क्लोज हो जाई छै तो किए कला आपण जानि छथि सपोज लेट मी गिव द सेम एग्जांपल सपोज बेबलिन मैम कि प्रमोद सर से वर्तमान मो ऑफिस रे काम करछथि तो आई एम द बॉस तो मु बसी छी इट्स ऑलरेडी 10 o'clock so suppose प्रमोद सर आसीना so I'll be giving a call to Pramod sir or Pramod sir can give me a call sir I'm sorry sir good morning I'll be late for 5 minutes I'll late by 5 minutes or I'll reach office by 5 minutes so mu koi bhi kon pai why because the road leading to the office has been closed or it has been cut off
जदी हमें गोटे जिंस जदी श्योर नथिबा ताहले
I'm sorry
गोटे जिंस जदी हमें श्योर नथिबा
सेटा श्योर नथिबा बा सेति पई पैसिव यूज करिबा जदी हमें श्योर नथिबा तो पैसिव यूज करिबा दैट्स व्हाट एटा किए क्लोज करके अपन जानि नांती यू आर नॉट श्योर सेति पई तो द रोड हैज बीन क्लोज्ड
अच्छा टुडे संडे हेबो कि नहीं
ना हबनी ऑलरेडी टुडे रॉन्ग सेंटेंस टुडे संडे हबनी इट इज संडे टुडे ऑलरेडी मु कहि देछि अपन ओटे वीडियो अछि सेटा देखि देबे टुडे संडे कोन पई हबनी ना बिकॉज़ हमें आ गोटे समय आलोचना करबा काहे कि ना मु आपन को यू कैन कॉल मी सर यू कैन कॉल मी ऑफ यू कैन ओके काहे कि ना ऑब्वियसली कोन हबो हमें जो फ्लो रे जाउचे से फ्लो चेंज हो गेला पर ओके सो अपन के वेट करंतु वंस द क्लास इज ओवर यू कैन गिव मी अ कॉल आई विल गाइड यू fine
okay
so what I can tell you here passive either you are not sure who has done the work or you don't want to name that person आपण से लोकटा को हाइड करिया पे चाहती जेमति मु कहली like no suppose Lieutenant sir you can understand Lieutenant sir is there Lieutenant Shamal who is a soldier in Indian army suppose सी एक्स जगह रे पोस्टिंग पाई छंती आउ सेटा गोटे टेररिस्ट अटैक हला आउ सार पांच जन टेररिस्ट के मार देले देखिए हेडलाइन सेमती आसीबो द लांस नायक और सुबेदार और कमिश्नर ऑफ जिससे तांकर जो पोजीशन था किल्ड टेररिस्ट एमती लिखा हबन इट इज पैसिव टू टेररिस्ट वर किल्ड यस्टरडे इन द एनकाउंटर कोन पे लिखा जाय बिकॉज़ जो लोकटी करी थी समान ताको आइडेंटिफाई करिया पे चाहना जदी आइडेंटिफाई हे जिबे ता लिटन सर इट विल बी कम ऑलवेज इन द स्क्रूटिनी ऑफ द ऑपोजिट फोर्स आपण जानछंती टेररिस्ट माने जदी आपण के खेती कला से माने खेती करिया पे चाहिबे सो दैट्स व्हाई इन सिक्योरिटी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट एवरीथिंग हैज बीन इन पैसिव फॉर्म काहे कि ना सेटा हम सिक्योरिटी जो माने अछंती दोज आर द हायर ऑफिशियल सो दे डोंट वांट टू रिवील द नेम ऑफ द पर्सन हु हैज डिड द वर्क जे कामटी करिछि ताको रिवील करा जाय एटा फर्स्ट थिंग कला द्वितीय जिंस आपण जानि नांती धरंतु वर्तमान रोडटा बाणी बिहार रो आचार्य बिहार रोड बंद होइछि मु सेही समय आसुछि प्रमोद सर आछंती तो प्रमोद सर मते फोन करिले सर मोटे 5 मिनिट लेट हे जिवो मु कहबी कोन पई ना सर रोड टा ब्लॉक अछि तो से कहले कि सर सीपीआईएम लोक रोड टा ब्लॉक कर दै छंती बिकॉज़ ही डजंट नो से जानि नांती किए बंद कला कोन पई बंद कला से जानि नांती से देखले रोड टा बंद अछि इट्स मोर अबाउट द एक्शन किए करी कि ता विषय जानिबा दरकार नै सो दैट्स व्हाई whether you are interested for the action part से समय आपण यूज करिवे तो बर्तमान हमें गोटे आडू हमें देखिबा आज पर्यंत जहां भी स्ट्रक्चर देछि मो स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम सिंपल प्रेजेंट जहां भी स्ट्रक्चर देछि सेटा सब एक्टिव फॉर्म रे अछि मु आपण कहि कि सब्जेक्ट प्लस v1 सब्जेक्ट प्लस दिस वन सब्जेक्ट प्लस b1 प्लस ing फॉर्म सब जिंस आई ऑलरेडी इन्फॉर्म यू इन द एक्टिव फॉर्म तो इट इज इन एक्टिव फॉर्म मींस इट इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट चल हमें पैसिव कोठी व्यवहार करिवा देयर शुड बी ए सिचुएशन मु आपन कहितली इट्स ए प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच किंतु आगुरु जते हमें बही पढुथिले फॉर एग्जांपल लेट मी गिव एन एग्जांपल आई ईट ए मैंगो बही कथा मन पकांतु स्कूल कथा आई ईट ए मैंगो इज इटेन बाय मी एटा ला एक्टिव एटा पैसिव हम आगुरु इन पढिथिले तो मोर कहया उद्देश्य हला एठे आईटा आइडेंटिफाई करा गला आई ईट ए मैंगो इज इटेन बाय मी एठे मते भी आइडेंटिफाई गला आइडेंटिफाई करा गला देन व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ पैसिव द पैसिव का यूज करबा ताले आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट एवरीबॉडी मु आपन कहली जे एक्टिव रे आमे लोकटा को आइडेंटिफाई करूछंती पैसिव रे आमे लोकटा को आइडेंटिफाई करू नाहंती तो बाय के लिखिबा ताले you can say mango is eaten so normally in spoken English by is not used remember that's very important this by is not used by me by him by the security force nothing like that two terrorists are neutralized that's all India was defeated in the World Cup India was defeated in the World Cup I was completely lost मन मनकर पांचटा लोक मते हैरान करछन एंड मु उठी पन आई कैन आई वाज लॉस्ट कंप्लीटली यार आई वाज harassed in the school so that is how you want to express it whenever you don't name somebody तो सेति पय बाय मी बाय somebody त माने बाय मी माने अपन निजु निज आइडेंटिफाई करले तले अपन एक्टिव रे काई लिखिबेन व्हाई पैसिव आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट everybody are you getting my point yes so जेतोले हमें कहउची जे आई ईट ए मैंगो इथे हमें आईटा को आइडेंटिफाई करले ए मैंगो इज इटन बाय मी तो सही कथा आंबो मो द्वारा खेल त मो द्वारा मु बोथ आर सेम so why should I again we have to write then what is the meaning of active and passive no meaning so हम काई पढुथिले to secure mark only my friends nothing else जदि आपण बाय लिखिबेनी आपण को टीचर कहबे अरे तो बा कहिथिली बाय लिखिया पे काई लिखिलु 1 मार्क कटिला किंतु what is the practical use nothing no use so I'm listening you are here to understand the practical use the way you can use it everywhere in the world remember if you want to use it active it is used for one occasion whenever you want to identify the person who did the work who is doing the work or you can say the work is being done माने जे कामटा करूची बा करिछि बा करूछि बा करिछि जे कामटा करि सारिछि बा ताकू यदि आपण आइडेंटिफाई करिया पय चाहउछंती देन यू कैन यूज एक्टिव जदि आपण काम ऊपर फोकस करूछंती से लोको की आपण जानि नाहंती किबा जानि थिले मध्ये आपण चाहू नाहंती ताकू आइडेंटिफाई करिया पय सो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेंस यू कैन यूज पैसिव राइट सो हियर look at the example have ame कहउछि सिंपल प्रेजेंट मु आपण को ऑलरेडी कहि दिछि लेट मी टेल यू दैट इन फोर सिचुएशंस you can use like habit custom hobby universal truth scientific truth and official declaration these are the four structures you can use simple present so ये जो structure टा अछि ता एटा active structure अछि मु कहि छि आपण को ऑलरेडी have given you the active structure how to express it subject plus b1 I go there my parents wake up at 6 o'clock I go to school the sun rises in the east scientific truth is something like that and official declarations like this so what is more important my friends like ये जो हम सिचुएशन अछि केवल कस्टमर हमें व्यवहार करि परबा मोर प्रोबेबली अच्छा आपण को सर हैबिट रे तो आपण जहां निजे करूछंती हैबिट ता को हजे तो आपण तो निजे कला माने हैबिट तो आपण निजे काई अनआइडेंटिफाई करिवे सपोज मु लिटन सर को डाकिली लिटन सर इज अंडर मी ओके लिटन जी व्हाट यू हैव डन सो फार से कहबे कि द वर्क हैज बीन डन काई कहबे कारण आपण को प्रमोशन पाइबार अछि तो आपण जहां करछंती कहबे सपोज यू हैव कंप्लीटेड बीडी तो आपण कहबे ए बीड वाज कंप्लीटेड बाय मी ता माने काई कहबे आपण अरे आपण जहां करछंती आपण पूरा दिल लगे कहबे यस आई हैव डन दिस आई हैव डन दिस आई हैव कंप्लीटेड बीए so that's why in habit and hobby we don't normally these are the normal things exceptional things mo kohun these are the normal things you don't use and you can say custom you can use everywhere custom you can use that passive universal truth normally it is not used because universal truth that is accepted by all so ame kahi seta ko lucheba hide kariba so that is and scientific truth there are certain situation we can use passive so like that I have given you Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm in Mumbai who celebrate we don't know all the people so ame janna hati setai मीरा अछि राम अछि श्याम अछि we don't want to identify ame देखु सेटा भलरे पालन करा जाय so the Ganesh Puja is celebrated with enthusiasm in Mumbai religious power and gaiety you can say and scientific truth all objects are attracted ki attract koruchi it's obvious right to the center of the earth and the second thing is that it is Sunday today all schools are closed, our exam is started from tomorrow. This is also government declares that exam is conducted tomorrow, is conducted, is started. It halla passive re kothre na simple present ro. So these are the situations where you can use active to passive. These are the situation. Then we have to understand other situations also. It will take another 3 to 4 days. Now let me tell you that whatever the structures I have given you so far, it was in active format. ଆଉ ସବୁ active format ଗୁଡାକୁ ଆମେ passive ରେ କରିବା. And remember, not all are required. ସବୁଠି ଆମର active ରୁ passive ଦରକାର ହୁଏନି. ଯୋଉଠି ଆପଣ as per the situation ଆପଣ ଚାହାନ୍ତି ଜଣକୁ ଲୁକାୟିତ ଅବସ୍ଥା ରଖିବା ପାଇଁ ବା ଆପଣ ଜାଣି ନାହାନ୍ତି ବା କିଏ ଏଟା କରିଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଆଇଡିଆ ନାହିଁ, ତ ସେଇ ସମୟରେ when you are focusing on the action part, then you can use passive. Otherwise active, you want to identify the person. So this is all about the active and passive.